Overcoming myths and objections. The landlord-tenant split incentive stymies efficiency. You know, there are lots of hands up in the typical landlord-tenant building. Sometimes you'll get only one tenant in a building, but in many cases you'll have as many as 50 or 100 tenants. In fact, we worked on a building that's the most highly tenanted building or most densely tenanted building in the U.S. It was a building in Manhattan that had over 900 tenants. That was one of our clients back in the day. So we're no stranger to lease diversity, that's for sure. But frankly, this whole concept of, oh, well, we got to throw up our hands in disgust because we'll never get over the split incentive, it's fundamentally wrong. First of all, virtually all lease forms either already contain language or can be amended with language addressing who pays and who benefits to overcome the split incentive. Secondly, harnessing the energy efficiency potential in an income-producing property can raise net operating income and asset value. So the stakes are high to make sure that there's a way to overcome the split incentive. There's a lot of value hanging in the balance. Okay. Now, installing efficient equipment that also improves occupant comfort and convenience can drive absolutely significant benefits to the occupants as well. And think about it. Once you crack this nut and figure out how to apply efficiency to a tenant-occupied space, that tenant's going to have lower operating expenses, which is going to make it happier with the overall occupancy cost of its building, of its space in your building. Number two, they're going to be more likely to renew. Number three, they're going to have more comfortable employees, which means they're going to see bottom line benefits on places on their income statement other than their rent line or the utility line. I should say the utility line. And the bottom line is you're going to have happier, more comfortable people, which will lead to less tenant complaints. By the way, just as a side note, while we're on the topic, you know, BOMA, the Building Owners and Managers Association, has 9 billion square feet of members, at least they did at the time of this recording, in North America and beyond. And for as long as BOMA has been in business, I think they've done this tenant satisfaction survey. And as long as I've been reading these tenant satisfaction surveys, I've noticed that the number one or number two complaint at the tops of these tenant satisfaction surveys has been, no, too hot, too cold. People are just fundamentally uncomfortable with the thermal comfort of they're unhappy with the thermal comfort in their buildings. So you solve that problem and you wrap it around an efficiency measure as well, you're going to be a hero to your tenants in your buildings. So it's definitely worth pursuing not only the split incentive, but actually making sure that your tenants are absolutely see this energy campaign as something that's going to make them fundamentally more competitive, profitable, and valuable in their own businesses.